Hi, good evening, folks. In this video, the emergence of Matthias Samuelsson coming up. I figured it's about time this young man gets a video, and happy birthday to him. It just passed his birthday, right? And he's 22 now. And he does appear to be coming into his own as an NHLer, this kid. And I think it's time we take a look at this guy. Some numbers that I tore apart, and his current numbers, of course, you know. But there is some interesting numbers on his resume already. So let's take a look at it. And I was going to do the board, but again, look, I want to get an extra video in there today, and to do that, writing on the board takes up a lot of time, guys. It does. It takes up a lot of time, and I'd rather get it an extra video out there. And the truth is, to do this on the board is going to look more confusing than if I show you the clips anyway. So let's take a look. Let's go to his profile. Here we go. And there he is, 6'4", 227 pounds of him. And you see he was drafted in round 2 of the first pick in the second round of the 2018 draft, the year we got Rasmus Dahlin. And looks like we kicked ass taking defensemen that year. And in his first, well, I wouldn't say his first season, but his first go in the NHL, 12 games, 2 assists, and a -8. And the second season, he has 3 assists so far, and a -7. And you look at that and say, well, it's not that impressive, Wayne. I mean, there is some impressive numbers I'm going to throw at you here in a second, but I think, you know, I always say, guys, the eyes tell you more than the metrics sometimes. You know, you can use analytics all you want in this game. It doesn't tell you what the eyes see. It just doesn't. You know, the eyes always tell the tale of what's going on with whatever player you have on your team. You know, that's why I always tell people you got to see. You know, I can look at numbers and talk about the numbers are good, but I can't say till I see the player actually playing games what I'm seeing. So let's take a look. There's only a few clips. There's 3 altogether. There's 2 more I'm going to show you here. Okay, let's look at this one. And I have lost track of it because I hit the play button. Sorry, guys. Here we go. The alarming thing, yes, the takeaways and giveaways don't look good, but that's kind of normal at the age he's at. That's normal. Live and learn. I mean, that's gonna improve as the team improves, guys. But if you look overall, you know, in his career, 34 games, he's registered 33 shots and 65 hits, 43 blocks. Those are the main numbers. And very decent amount of ice time. Not, you know, big time ice time, but enough ice time where those numbers do look impressive. So yeah, the thing that stands out for me, of course, is his physical play, this kid, right? This kid's physical play is just nuts at this point. At this point, it's already, I mean, for him to be doing what he's doing already, what we just witnessed this week was, that's why I'm saying the emergence of this kid. He's in the forefront now. He's in the public eye. Most Buffalo Sabres fans that know what they're watching realize that this kid is something, you know? And I'm going to show you the last clip because I think this is the one that, of course, stands out the most for us right now. There we go. Yep, the 2 big wins. So take a look at the ice time now. Against Vegas, he got 23 minutes and 47 seconds. And in the Heritage game, he got 20 minutes, 59 seconds. In the game against Vegas, 2 hits, 2 blocks. And in the Heritage game, 6 hits, 3 blocks. And also a +2 in each game. So we can look at this all day long and say, yeah, those are just 2 games. But at the same time, let me get something here, guys. I wrote down a few things I didn't want to forget to mention, okay? When it comes to his numbers. You know what's funny? I didn't know for the longest time Shell Samuelsson's his dad. I never knew. I just didn't know. Don't ask me. I'd probably seen it that day when we drafted him, but I don't pay as much attention to the second rounders and so on. You know, they probably mentioned it. And it was not till like recently, the last few weeks, that I realized that Shell Samuelsson's his dad, because Samuelsson is most likely a common name, right? For Swedish. Swedish-born players. I mean, he's a U.S. player, of course. But still, here's some interesting numbers, guys. Now, in the 5-game losing streak, I wanted to take that into consideration, okay? He played 5 games. He registered 5 shots. He was a -4. So take that into consideration when you look at his numbers. I always say, look at that chunk of the streak and check their season overall. But that chunk of the streak, everybody was collapsing again, and then we got our way out of it. We've won 4 out of 6 since. So 2 big ones, I might add. So, you know, these numbers are interesting here. It gripped my eye when I researched it. Now, in the 15 games, he has 2 or more hits. He's registered 2 or more hits in a game. The Sabres are 7-7-1. And in the games, he's registered 2 or more blocks. The Sabres are 5-5-1. Overall, with him in the lineup, we're 9-11-2. That's counting that long losing streak, which 5 of those losses are registered in that 9-11. So, you know, take that into consideration. Now, of course, it counts, but I always subtract the bad sometimes and I look at the rest. It's kind of how I do things mathematically, guys. Sometimes. In this case, yes, because we're looking at a short amount of games, right? We're looking at 22 games that he's played as a regular now, really. I mean, last year, yes, he got some time, but it's not like this. Last year, God, we're just throwing whoever in there, just trying to get that season over with. And to try and get some sort of respectability in the process. We did want to close the season strong, and I thought we did last year. We kind of closed out pretty good last year, you might recall. I'm expecting the boys to do the same thing this year. I am, except maybe better. I'm going to watch very closely to see if they play over 500 the rest of the year. From this point on, not going to take those 2 games right now. Although they should count, right? We'll look at all of it at the end. But I want to see from this point on what the boys do the rest of the year. It's going to be very interesting because I believe something special is going on right in front of our eyes. And I don't think I'm imagining it, guys. I just don't think I am. I really don't. I don't think it's wishful thinking. It's always wishful thinking with this guy, of course. But this time around, this feels good. I feel good about the upcoming games. I don't really care we're going on the West this time like I did early in the year. This time I'm looking forward to this West trip. I'm curious. They got me curious now. Now, if the Sabres can come out of there with 2 wins in those 3 games, the next 3 games I'm looking at, then we got something cooking here to close out the year. We've got something cooking. I think they're going to be more tight-knit than ever going into this West trip. I'm expecting not to take a nosedive now. I really am. I'm not expecting to take no more nosedive this year. We're going to have some losses, of course. But I want the other team to have to work like hell to beat us and not have fun when they beat us. Have a night where it was exhausting for the opposition and all that stuff. They get off the ice, they're like, Christ, I'm glad that game's over with. You know, that kind of game when we win. That's the kind of wins or losses, I should say, I want to see them have the rest of the year. I want to see them where the opposition has to work like crazy to beat us the rest of the year. They have to get hit hard. They have to deal with our speed, our transition, all of it. Just all of it. And timely goaltending is going to be a bit of a problem, I think, the rest of the year, but it's okay. As long as we got good goaltending the rest of the year, we should have good enough goaltending to not embarrass ourselves the last 20-some games, right? We'll see what happens. They really do have me curious, guys. I'm telling you, these 2 games, for me, I'm going to look back on years from now. I still remember when the Sabres started 9-11-2 in the 83-84 season. I still remember that when we because we had went to Game 7 in overtime. Brad Park ended us, and the next season I was expecting the Sabres to, no, it was the next year after, sorry, 84-85, my bad. No, it was the next year after. But I was expecting the Sabres just to go crazy. I'd have to check that. Now I'm confused. I'm sure it's 84-85 because I was expecting the Sabres to continue to go up with Scotty Bowman at the time. This is what I'm kind of expecting with this young bunch, guys. I'm expecting to see a straight up thing now. I am. As unrealistic as that sounds, I am expecting to see something special to close out this season. I hope I'm right. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. I got a few more coming your way. See you then.